Hello everybody, I'm back with another nail video. It's going to be like a summer nail today. Let's get right into this. Okay, so I might grab some more colors. I'm not sure. I think I've got all the colors I'm going to use, but today I'm going to use this right here. See if it'll focus. And it's like a kind of like a creamy kind of like the color that you use with Milk Bath nails. And then I'm going to also use this color right here. It's like a bright orange. And then I'm going to use this white. And then I'm going to use this pink. Okay, starting off, I'm just going to use this top coat. Oh yeah, and by the way, I did roughen up the top nail a little bit, took the shine off before I'm starting to paint with this gel polish, because if you don't do that, then the polish may not stay long at all. So I'm just going to add the first layer of polish. Make sure you add a thin layer. If it's too thick, it may not cure properly. And what I'm doing is I'm just capping the free edge. Okay, I'm going to cure this for a few minutes and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and apply the next coat. And again, I encourage everybody that is interested in doing nails, or that's scared to, go ahead and try. Go ahead and, if you're thinking about working with acrylic, what you do is you go to Amazon and practice. If you're not comfortable doing this on your own nails, maybe try on a practice hand or a practice finger, so you can get the hang of how everything works. Which I started on my natural nails, so I was kind of nervous at first. But once I got the hang of how everything worked, it wasn't as bad as what I had pictured in my mind, so. I'm going to say this, it does take a lot of practice to get everything exactly perfect like you would like. But if you're wanting to work on somebody else's hands, I would go to school. I'd look up the schools for it. I'm going to go ahead and cure this right quick. But I would look up the school for nails in your area, your local area, and then try to get more experience and training on working with other people's hands, because you never know if they might need to have something done a certain way because of some kind of health problem like diabetes or stuff like that. But I'll be right back. Now I'm gonna go in with this orange and just do like a little French tip with the orange. Okay. Try to keep this in video. Which I'm hoping that later on, maybe I could go to school for this. So I can maybe have my own nail business or work underneath somebody as like a hobby or something. Or I know when coronation comes around, or what's that other one? It's coronation and prom. They want their nails done. Maybe in the future I can work on a prom set. But right now, it's alright. I'll just keep making y'all nail videos to watch me create, which I don't know why I didn't start back then doing nail videos, because like I said before I started my YouTube channel, I was already several years into doing nails and recreating nails, and I made a Tinkerbell nail. I made a genie lamp nail from when the Aladdin came out, the live action one, and not the cartoon. I made the genie lamp. I made I recreated Jasmine. I made a Jasmine nail. And I think that's all I did for that. But I made the lamp where there's smoke coming out of it, and I made it in 3D. And then I don't know if I already said this, but I did a Tinkerbell nail. I think y'all would have probably enjoyed watching me work with that. And I did a regular Minion nail, and then I did a 3D one where I made the pocket kind of stand out. That was a lot of fun. Maybe I might do something like that later on in the future, so y'all could see me create 3D nail designs. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and cure this for a few minutes. That's what I got so far. And I'll be right back. Okay. Now I'm just going to go in with a little bit of white. And do like some flowers. Ooh, that one had a drip to it. I try to watch out for those. Let me make this. Okay. I'm gonna put a little. Petal right there. Okay, that's what I got so far. I'm gonna take my light out and just kind of cure it for a minute. Okay, now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna outline with the pink. I don't know, I might go ahead and just do like a little okay. I think I might do another flower. I was gonna outline it, but I think that pink for the middle might be all right. I am gonna go back in the center just kind of make that circle where it shows a little bit more. And I am going to go in with blue. Okay, there's that one. I'm going to go ahead and cure that for a few minutes. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of white in the center of that one. I just got through working on. Now I'm going to do a pink nail, or a pink flower. I'm just going to do the pink flower right here. It's gonna drip. looks like a little star than it does really a flower. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna cure this and I'll be right back. Okay, I did fix that one flower a little bit off camera because it looked more like a star than it did a flower. And I think a lot of it was because the polish that I was using was a little bit more runnier than the other ones. And that's what was causing the problems. So I'm just going to do like a little dot in the center. Ah, that's too much of a dot. That's alright. But that's what I got so far. And I'm thinking about doing maybe another flower. And then maybe doing some leaves at the top up here. But I'm wanting to make it blue instead of white. So here I go with that. And like I said, it's okay to mess up. Just try again. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cure that real fast and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna go in with some white for the middle of the flower. And sometimes this will be a little more runny. That's alright. We can work with that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with some green. It looks kind of green, but it's kind of got a blue hue. I guess it just depends on how you look at it. But it is kind of like a little green and a little blue. Actually, in the bottle, it looks a little more greener. I'm going to do a few leaves here and there. Okay, there's our little leaves. I'm going to go ahead and cure that in the lamp for a few minutes. And I'll be right back. Oh, I didn't realize it was paused. Sorry about that, y'all. What I've been doing is I've been just trying to outline the flowers so they show up better. I noticed a lot of the flowers weren't showing up very well. So all this does is just make them easier to see. Okay, I'm gonna work on the white a little bit more. And you don't have to do every flower, but when you choose pastel colors, they're harder to see on camera. So all this black is doing is just highlighting the area so it shows up on camera really well. And it is optional. You don't have to outline anything. If you do this. I'm gonna go back in with my brush. I kind of messed that up a little bit. That's what I got so far. I'm trying to get the camera to focus. Sometimes the camera won't focus. Stretching a little bit. Now what I'm going to do with this brush, I'm just going to soften everything just a little bit. Like I said, outlining the design is optional. Y'all don't have to outline. I just did that because to make it easier to see. Because like I said, I used pastel colors instead of bright colors. And when you do that, it makes it harder to see. Which I didn't realize it was going to be like that until after I did that. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to fix this because kind of gotta, let me look. I think I might do the center of the nail on a few, but I'm not sure if I'll do all of them or not. I might end up doing all of them. Okay, that's what I got so far. See if they'll show up on camera. Ah, too far away. Well, don't think it'll show up on camera very well. Everything's starting to slide off the table. And I'm gonna go ahead and cure this, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've decided that I want to do a little butterfly. So I'll be using a bright pink and a black. Okay, I'm gonna cure that for a few minutes and I'll be right back and I'll start adding the pink. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with some pink to fill in the butterfly. And that's the color I'm gonna be using. Kind of like a hot pink. Make sure it's not gonna drip on me. I'm gonna go cure this for a few minutes and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of white and do a little bit of detail on the butterfly with a dotting tool. There it is. And I just put a little bit of the white on the cloth, or on the towel. And I'm just gonna go in and do like little dots on the butterfly. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cure that and I'll be right back. Now I'm going to add a top coat and I'm gonna go in and put some rhinestones. And the top coat I'm gonna use today is the IBD Intense Seal LED/UV top coat. It's no cleanse. So in other words, you don't have to wipe the tacky layer off with this top coat. And it leaves a really shiny finish. One of my favorite top coats. I'll do that one. Off to the side. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find one tinier. For the might not be able to find anything tinier. Wait, no. I think I may have found something. Oh. That wasn't really tinier. I think I'm gonna go throughout the nail and put some of these ones on there too. These are really pretty. Been trying to find one to I think I'm gonna leave that as that. I really like how that nail is right there. I don't think I'm gonna try to go any further as far as rhinestones, but I'm gonna go ahead and cure this in the UV lamp and I'll be right back. And that concludes this nail video for today. I hope y'all enjoyed watching. I really enjoyed creating this nail for y'all guys, and hope y'all have a good day. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like this channel. And don't also forget to hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a video.